Shoo! The room is quiet. Your baby is finally asleep, and you're watching their little chest rise and fall with every tiny breath. But then the clock reminds you it's feeding time. And now you're caught in that familiar moment. Do I wake my baby? Do I try to feed them while they sleep? Will they eat enough? Will they wake up cranky? You're not alone in wondering. Let's gently walk through it together. How to feed a sleeping baby in a calm, loving way without disrupting their peaceful rest. First, it's important to understand why your baby might need to feed during sleep. Newborns especially have very small tummies. They need frequent feeds, often every 2 to 3 hours. And sometimes they fall asleep before they've had a full feed. Or they're so sleepy, they don't wake up on their own when it's time. So, if your baby is gaining weight well, feeding enough during the day, and having plenty of wet diapers, you might not need to wake them every time. But for young babies, especially in the first weeks of life, your pediatrician may recommend waking for feeds, especially if your baby is premature, has jaundice, or is not yet back to birth weight. Now, if you do need to feed a sleeping baby, the goal isn't to fully wake them up. It's to gently nudge their instincts, their reflexes, so they begin feeding in that drowsy state. Start by picking them up slowly and holding them close to your chest. That skin-to-skin warmth is magical. It helps them feel safe, and it naturally stimulates their feeding cues. If you're breastfeeding, bring your baby close to the breast and gently touch their cheek or upper lip with your nipple. That soft brush is often enough to trigger rooting and a latch, even while their eyes stay closed. Be patient. Sometimes they'll take a minute or two to respond. If you're bottle feeding, try touching their lips with the nipple. Again, you're not forcing anything, just giving a gentle invitation. If they don't respond, try lightly stroking their cheek, the palm of their hand, or even the bottom of their foot. A little movement or gentle noise, like softly whispering their name, can help bring them into a lighter sleep without startling them fully awake. If they still don't latch or suck, try unwrapping them just a bit. That cozy swaddle keeps them sleepy, but letting in a little cool air can gently rouse them just enough. Keep the room dim and your voice soft. Avoid overhead lights and loud talking. You want them to stay in that calm, drowsy zone while still feeding well. Now, once they start feeding, watch their rhythm. It might be slower than usual. That's okay. Let them set the pace. And if they stop suckling or fall back into a deep sleep mid-feed, try a little trick called breast compressions if you're nursing. A gentle squeeze of the breast can trigger another letdown and encourage more sucking. With a bottle, you might try a slow flow nipple and tipping it just slightly to keep a steady but gentle stream. And remember, burping is still important, even if they're drowsy. Hold them upright against your shoulder and rub their back gently. Sometimes babies burp more easily in that sleepy state than when they're fully awake. Now, let's be real for a moment. There will be times when your sleepy baby just won't eat. And that's okay too. Feeding doesn't always have to be by the clock. Look at the full day, not just one feed. Watch for signs that they're feeding well overall. At least 6 wet diapers a day by the time they're a week old. Regular dirty diapers. Good weight gain. And a content baby after most feeds. If all of that looks good, there's no need to stress about one missed feed. But if you're ever unsure, always reach out to your pediatrician or lactation consultant. You don't have to figure this all out alone. Feeding a sleeping baby isn't about doing it perfectly. It's about responding with love, patience, and a calm heart. And you are doing an amazing job. Even on the quiet nights, the sleepy cuddles, the unsure moments, you are showing up with so much love. And that's what your baby feels the most. You've got this.